day and everything that's led up to this moment?
Yeah, so I was just on the practice court two days ago, a day and a half ago, yesterday, and everything was going good. And literally last couple minutes of practice, I went for a serve, and I just felt a super sharp pain in my knee, and I was like, okay, and then I served again, and I felt it again, and I just came off, and it hasn't been the same since. So I've done everything. Like I've just pretty much done everything from taping to research and inflams. I even did an injection, and I've never done an injection before, and I think if this was any other event, I probably wouldn't have considered it, but I was like, I really wanted to give 200%, and yeah, it just wasn't meant to be this year.
Serena, what did the doctor say? What the doctor said?
Oh, yeah, it's just, honestly, it's just a question of just a little time. And it's not like I need 3 or 4 weeks. I just really need just a couple of days, and everything would settle down. I have a tremendous amount of inflammation in my knee, and it's going to go away. Unfortunately, I just need a couple of days, and I think that's the most frustrating part is it's going to go away in a couple of days.
Have you made a decision for Miami? Are you waiting on that?
I'm gonna wait on that. If I'm still in pain, obviously I'm not gonna play, but I still am hopeful to play as I am defending champion there. So obviously I want to do the best that I can, but right now I'm just focused on here and just staying positive for this.
Has this been a problem that's been recurring, or did it just happen that day?
No, actually, I think throughout my career I've had some knee problems on and off, but not too much. The past couple of years I've been really, really good, and just sometimes just get something that's inflamed, and unfortunately inflammation is what causes the pain. If you can't get that inflammation out, then you're going to have a tremendous amount of pain.
Did you fear the on-court explanation when you...
Sorry?
Did you fear the on-court explanation when you went and faced the crowd, that it was eerily similar to the last time you were here, that you would get some kind of backlash from it?
No, I think both myself and the crowd have a great appreciation for each other, and I've really enjoyed my 4 matches here. Yeah, 4? 3 or 4?
Yeah.
4. I've enjoyed them here, and I feel like they've enjoyed it too, and it's been a wonderful time for both entities, and I didn't feel nervous about it at all. I feel like everyone is super understanding, and it's a wonderful thing for me to be back here, and I feel honored to play here.
Serena, top athletes have to play with pain all the time. Why couldn't you have gone out and played through this one?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think most athletes do play with pain all the time, as do I, every day normally. But I think when you get to a level of pain, when you're at pretty much like a 9 or a 10 or even an 8, you kind of want to not push it, because you can actually make it a lot worse. And so I think I was at a point today where I could have made it worse, because I would have probably done a lot of compensation, and then you start having problems with other parts of your body and other areas of your body, and then you get into long-term problems. And I think weighing all that together, it just wasn't a good opportunity for me to play. But with that being said, I think probably 5 out of 10 matches I play injured all the time.
Serena, I might have got this wrong. I didn't hear the exact diagnosis. Is this a ligament, or is it a cartilage, or what was the specific diagnosis?
Well, no, it was just I have a small sprain on my quadriceps tendon, which is inflamed as well, and yeah.
Serena, you've had the knee, above and below the knee, quite heavily wrapped even before you got here.
Yes.
And here, so is this something that, was it already hurting, and this is just one moment that made it worse? Because it's not, a new injury per se.
Yes.
In the last couple of years.
That was a different injury, so that goes to say that I'm playing, not at 100%, but that actually was, it had something to do with something completely different, and actually I was just taping it to support my knee, and that actually had gotten a lot better.
Serena, when was it that you actually made the decision that you couldn't play?
It wasn't until after I got an injection in my knee. I waited about half an hour, and because it takes about half hour to set in, and I wasn't getting any better. And I've been injured before in the past. I played in Australia where I was super injured, and hindsight, I thought I should have never played. So then I've set different rules for myself. Like if I have this or if I don't feel this, then I'm not gonna play. And they say hindsight is 20/20, and I didn't want to be in hindsight in this moment either. So I just decided that after the injection, I didn't feel better after that, and after I'd done absolutely everything I could do, I was like, yeah, maybe it's not in my best interest for my future to play.
Do you know what type of, what the injection was? Was it like a cortisone or what was it?
No, it's an anti-inflammation injection that goes directly into the joint, and it attacks the inflammation, and hopefully it's able to settle it down. And it also has a little bit of lidocaine in it to numb it as well.
What do you make of the irony, Serena, the cruel irony of you pulling out of a semi-final with an injury, 14 years after being pulled out of your semi-final with a similar problem?
I don't make anything of it. I feel like that was 14 years ago, and this is now, and I did the best that I could at this event, and I really am happy to put a lot of that behind me, and I feel like if I would have known I had to pull out, I would have played anyway, just to have an opportunity to be back at this tournament and to be able to play and play in front of people I've never played before, kids that are 9, 10, 11 years old who's never had an opportunity to see me play. So I think I don't look at it like that. I try to look at it in a different light.
Serena, do you plan to come back next year?
I think it's going to be a must. I think it's going to be a must.
After 14 years, did anything surprise you in your return to Indian Wells?
Well, I saw a lot of upgrading in the facilities, and I know everyone talks about how much everything has been able to upgrade, and that's been really nice. And I think, yeah.
Serena, you were talking about looking towards the future with respect to your health and making this decision maybe for kind of down the road, you don't want to compensate and things like that. We've seen you play majors where you have been kind of physically compromised. As you kind of go forward, is this kind of the new mindset that you're kind of forcing yourself to look ahead at, really emphasizing the majors and your health at those tournaments?
I think everyone, personally, I think the press puts more pressure on the majors for me than I do. I mean, I love the majors, obviously. I really go out and I play the best that I can, but I play the best that I can in every tournament that I play, and I wouldn't necessarily be able to win the majors if I didn't do well at Indian Wells or well at all these other tournaments. It's these tournaments that you're able to build your confidence so you can win those matches in the majors. You can't just show up at Wimbledon and just win it and not play anything else before. So it's important to do well in those events, and it's great, but at some point I have to be able to play other tournaments and build confidence as well.
Serena, how inspiring was it to come back here this year and play in front of the crowd the way you did it, and just talk about the support that you got in those 4 matches?
Yeah, it's been incredibly inspiring, not just for me, but for everyone in general and for sport. And, it's just been so amazing to come back at a place where I won my first match. And incidentally, I went and visited La Costa and took pictures where I won my first match. And it was just so much wonderful memories at this event in Indian Wells. And so I took pictures of the court, and, it's just, and just to come back, having a long career like I have and be able to come back where I've had so much success. It's been super inspiring and makes me want to do more, actually.
Serena, you haven't technically lost a match by 4 matches here, not counting Hopman, I guess. You had some setbacks, obviously, big draw. Do you feel undefeated, or do you feel like this has been an up and down year?
I don't feel it's been an up and down year. I feel like I've had a couple of losses this year, and No, but I don't feel like it's up and down. I've had a successful Australian Open. I've done well here. I don't think I played my best here, but being able to get through those matches, and I played some pretty good opponents. So being able to get through that, I think, was really, really good for me and good for my confidence. So yeah, I feel good about it.
Serena, when you found out you couldn't play today, how emotional were you with that?
Well, I was really, really disappointed. I was really down. I was really sad. But then I thought, you know what, Serena, this is just an opportunity to be able to come back next year and be able to do better next year. So, and as you know me, I always want to do better and I always want to be the best. So after looking at it kind of in that way, I thought this can, hopefully propel me to just focus on getting better.